all-time record. Early voting in Georgia's pivotal runoff election just ending. And Georgia's elections chief, Gabe Sterling, tells us it will set a one-day record, telling us that more than 300,000 people will have voted just today in the race between the Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock and the Republican challenger Herschel Walker. I mean, to say there's a huge amount of interest in this race would be an understatement. I mean, just think about this. Altogether, about 1.5 million people in Georgia have voted early. That is about 4 times the number of people who voted early in the last midterm runoff. These numbers are incredible. And you can, when I talk about palpable and how you can feel it, just look at what you're seeing here. The record you can see in the lines at polling centers across the state. In fact, in some parts of Georgia, people waited at least 3 hours to cast their vote. Here's some more pictures from just this afternoon where you see these lines of people. And today, we heard from some of them.
I look at politics as a job position, so I look at what each candidate has to offer for the job, and I just feel that Warnock is more polished.
I'm a Republican.
Do you plan to vote for Herschel Walker?
Yes.
There is a lot at stake in this election. Democrats sent in their biggest and best campaigner, former President Obama, and many Democrats feel like the win may be at their back. Let me just show you this new CNN poll. Warnock leads Walker 52 to 48%. Only 41% that Walker, who of course has been accused of infidelity, violence from former girlfriends, only 41% say he's honest and trustworthy. That number is 52% for Warnock. Now, if Warnock wins next week, here's the thing. It is huge for Democrats. It is huge for the balance of power because it would give Democrats a real majority in the Senate, right? No more Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema controlling the entire Democratic agenda in the Senate. So in the Senate. So this runoff is crucial for Democrats. Diane Gallagher is out front live in Atlanta tonight. And Diane, I know you have spent the day talking to so many voters. How energized are they about the runoff?
Aaron, the voters here in Georgia are dedicated, they're determined, and look, they're overcoming hurdles like those long wait times, like the compressed early voting schedule to make sure that their voices are heard. They told me that they understand that technically the balance of the Senate doesn't necessarily hang on Georgia anymore, but they say that they understand from people who support both candidates just how much this race impacts not just the nation, but the future for people in Georgia for the next 6 years.
I've never seen it like this.
Long lines once again wrapping around polling places.
I started around the corner.
As voters go above, waiting hours.
About 2 hours.
It's pretty much the same thing. The lines wrapped around the building.
And beyond.
My absentee ballot didn't arrive in Massachusetts, so I had to fly here this morning to vote, and my flight is at 4 o'clock, so I'm heading back to the airport. You do what you gotta do, baby.
Just to cast their ballots early in Georgia's Senate runoff election.
As long as it takes, because I know how important it is for my vote to be counted.
Making a choice, most for the second time, between the Democrat Senator Raphael Warnock and Republican Herschel Walker.
If they don't steal the race from Herschel Walker, he will win.
I'm going to vote for Warnock.
Both candidates on the campaign trail Friday.
Let's hear it for the voters of Georgia who are turning out.
Convincing voters to get to the polls today or make a plan to do it on Tuesday while they deliver their closing messages.
I love this country. I love you guys.
A new CNN poll shows a tight race, with Warnock holding a narrow 52% to 48% lead over Walker among likely runoff voters. While Warnock confronts national headwinds, negative views of Walker appear to be a drag on his candidacy, with 52% of likely voters saying Warnock is well qualified to serve as a senator, but just 27% saying that for Walker.
No candidate's perfect, so I think it's really important to go with the party at this point in time.
Through Thursday, nearly 1.5 million Georgians had already cast ballots, breaking records for the most votes in a single day of early voting this week. But overall, Georgia is not on pace to reach the 2021 runoff early vote total, with the state's new voting law reducing the number of days of early voting in this year's runoff.
It's not enough. They should at least extend it for 10 days.
Still, voters say they are encouraged by the number of people showing up to be heard, even if it means for some spending hundreds of dollars on a 3-hour flight to do it.
I was an election monitor in South Africa in 1994 when Mandela got elected, and I watched those South Africans stand in line for 3 days. And I came home saying, I will never not vote again in life.
Now, there are still a few people in the line at the polling place behind me here waiting to vote because it is the law. If you're in line when polls close and you stay in line, you get to vote. But look, early voting is done today. So both of the campaigns turning their attention to those voters who didn't show up this week, who they need to show up on election day. Aaron.
All right, Diane, thank you very much. And amazing, as you see behind Diane, the line she referenced, right? More than 2 hours after polls close, they're still waiting in line to have their votes heard. It is really incredible what we're seeing. All right, thanks so much to Diane, who's on the ground there. And now let's go to two people who know Georgia politics inside and out there. Bill Nigut is the executive producer and host of Georgia Public Broadcasting's Political Rewind. He's covered Georgia politics for more than 4 decades. And Maya King joins me, based in Georgia, covering the race for the New York Times. So thanks so much to both of you. Maya, I want to start with these record early voting numbers. And I was truly struck by that line behind Diane, right? This is 2 hours and 7 minutes. They're waiting because and these lines have been long. Obviously, we wish there weren't long lines, but they do show how much people care. And you've been talking to so many of these voters. What are they telling you about why they are so energized, why they are willing to wait hours to vote early?
Well, voters in Georgia understand the stakes, and this is not their first time voting in a runoff election.
Hmm.
So for Democrats, this is, of course, a vote for Raphael Warnock, but it's just as much a vote against Herschel Walker. There's a lot of energy on the ground, particularly in these deep blue metro Atlanta counties, to vote against a candidate in Walker who they see as someone who is backed by former President Donald Trump, carries a lot of baggage, and to support now a full 6 year term for Senator Raphael Warnock. And I think that just can't be discounted that voters in Georgia really see this yet again as an all important, crucial election. As you mentioned earlier, of course, the decision of who will control the Senate has already been decided. But in the minds of voters, having a 51st seat for Democrats is extremely important. And for Republicans, being a firewall against Democrats' control of the Senate is just as important. And that's why you see lines that last 2 and 3 hours, because you have both parties now completely dug in to elect their candidate of choice.
Yeah, I mean, and it is important, as you say, it's not control the Senate, but, everyone's seen the past few years here, right? Kirsten Sinema and Joe Manchin have wielded such power because of the split of the Senate. So this puts that on the line. And Bill, a new CNN poll shows Warnock has a 25 percentage point edge over Walker on the question of qualifications, over whether he's well qualified to be a senator. A 17-percentage edge on the question of who has good judgment. Yet when it comes to the polls that are out there, Walker is still neck and neck with Warnock when it comes to who people are going to vote for. So from what you're seeing and hearing on the ground and on your show, is this race still that close?
Yeah, I think it probably is. The CNN poll, I think you pointed out one of the most interesting aspects of that poll. You asked whether which of the two is well qualified. At 52% said that Raphael Warnock is well qualified to serve in the U.S. Senate. Only 27% said Herschel Walker, and yet it is the celebrity, the fame of Herschel Walker, and the fact that there's still a strong Republican voting base here that is keeping him in the running. But I would make one other quick point.
Yeah.
It's been inspiring to see the early voters turn out in the state of Georgia at a time when there's so much talk about threats to democracy, whether we can trust elections. Almost 2 million people now are voting early in Georgia because they believe that democracy really does work and their vote counts.